Well, hello. Just got home from work and a little fishing, just spice up the day. I'm tired, but I want to have a beer and then just crash out. So we're gonna have a beer here from the Harviestoun Brewing Company from the Foothills Village, Scotland, an 8% 12-year Dubh. Their bourbon, I believe, their Scotch whiskey heaven. Is it heaven? Not heaven. No, the Highland Park Scotch malt whiskey, 12-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey. Their Dubh, or their Old Engine Oil version. This is 8% alcohol by volume, but this one is actually a sherry cask version. Oh, cheers, Craig. So it is their regular Harviestoun's Dubh. This one is the 12, and then it's added to a sherry cask for the future maturation. This is best before 2011, November 2018. Again, long night. So here we go. Picked this up when I was in England, in Manchester. We were at one. Trying to remember where the hell we were at. It had white hag flags everywhere and bees on the wall, and I don't know if it was a brewery or if it was just a kind of a bottle shop, kind of a bar. It was one of the very fancy places that Rob took us. I know we reviewed the half acre or Daisy Cutter by Half Acre Brewing Company there. So maybe if Craig can let me know, because it wasn't excuse me, it wasn't Track, it wasn't Cloudwater, it wasn't anything like that. It was so I just can't think of it right off the top of my head, right off the top of my brain, baby. Core something, I don't know. Anyway, it was in Manchester. Shed 101. Thank you, Craig. That's why you're here, to give me all the information. Okay. There it is. Obviously, I've had the 12 before the regular. I've had many variants of Dubh. Cannon smoke off this, just to let you know when I was pouring it. Pouring a chestnut ruby hue. Holy fuck, look at that. Well, that's the first time an Dubh ever did that to me. I know I started pouring a little bit more aggressive, but I've never had one do that. Usually it just plops into the glass nicely. It usually doesn't head up like that. Holy crap, holy. That was surprising. Doesn't like the American air. I don't know. Oof. Holy crap, oh. Well, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but I just didn't expect that. It smells really nice, though. So, I mean, that's a positive thing. Nothing like cleaning up your table, before you go to bed, just to have a damn beer. Oh, boy. Anyway, we are always prepared here at PABrewNews to clean up spills and nasties. So we're good. We're good. Lucky I have my paint and stuff all right here Anyway, 8% alcohol by volume. Let's get right back into the beer before we get too crazy. Big, as you can see, pillowy, very tight though, khaki colored head. And then, of course, there's no pinnacle to this glass. It's a nice slope, so it is pitch black up to the big strong lights that I have going on, which is nice. Okay, let's see if we can get aroma through this pillow of head. You do pick up soft hints of cherry, mixing with that subtle hint of a leathery quality, chocolate, coffee, roasty, toasty notes. So you are getting hints of that, nuances, but there is a nice tart, softly tart cherry nose coming out through. I'm going to have to assume that's from the sherry cask. Yeah. So let's just get into it and see if we can drink through this head. It is dissipating, if you can see a little bit here. So cheers. Really weird. Soft, subtle, nuancy, usually as they are. You get hints of a leather in its quality, a little smokiness, drying baker's chocolate in the back end, just nice and earthiness, but then it's kind of boom, boom, hitting with a little bit of hint of a raisin, hitting a little bit of the tart cherry. It's kind of going back and forth between that nuance. and the whiskey nuance is kind of playing back and forth a little bit. It's a lot less complex, though, than the other ones, and it's a bit thin. They are usually a bit thin, but this is a definite medium body going on. It has this weird... Again, it's a lot of... There's dryiness, there's astringency, a little bit of an alcohol astringency coming from the 8%. You get tart cherries kind of drying it out a little bit more, but you get that leather quality drying it out, and a little smokiness, that peatiness, a little bit of that. I don't remember too much huge peat or anything like that from the other ones, because I don't know how peat forward the Highland Park is off the top of my brain. I'm not getting that. I'm getting more like smokiness, char, but leather. You are picking up a leather quality, and it's something that it's not fully this, it's not fully that. It would be really interesting to see this either just... Well, you can get the 12 age that just has the Scotch, but it would be fun just to see Ula Dubh and not put in whiskey barrels at all and just thrown right into a sherry cask and see what it would do. Right now, it's trying to play power struggle between the sherry with those tart cherries, maybe a little bit of even a rose hip kind of quality, and then the leather, smoky char of the whiskey cask. So it's kind of bouncing back and forth. It's muddling itself, unfortunately. It's not bright and vibrant notes every time. It is very smooth. Again, this one's a medium body, full out medium body. Little slight creaminess though. The beer is getting completely muddled, because usually you pull nuances, beautiful nuances of different things from Ula Dubh. This one is just you get the two nuances of the barrels, and they're just playing back and forth. And I think the beer gets lost in translation a little bit with this one. When you're going to pull out the nuances of the beer, either the whiskey kicks over or the sherry kicks over. So unfortunately, it's not going to be a big shining star for me. The 8% is pretty much masked. Very easy to drink. Again, tart cherries, rose hips, those kind of qualities, kind of nuances of a little bit of floral nuances or perfumey nuances, those little subtle things mixing with the leather. Smoky, char, a little bit of baker's chocolate way in the back of there, a little roasty toasty. That's about it going on with this one. It's not bad, but it's really underwhelming. It is. You can't. They all can't be, flavor beasts, I guess. But from all the Ula Dubh series, I definitely just this one is my least favorite. But it's still a very solid beer, very drinkable, very delicious from Harviestoun. They make good beer. I'm going to throw this right into that solid category. The 7.5 out of 10 for me. It's definitely better than good, and it's just a little lackluster compared to some of their other offerings of the Ula Dubh range. So definitely get whatever you can. This is the 12 again. They go all the way up to, I think, 40 now. Very, very interesting. Excuse me. There's the 1991 edition. There's a couple different ones floating out there, and they're all very, very good. I think it stands better by itself with just the Scotch, I think, personally. So give it a go and let me know what you think. This has been Paul for PABrewNews. Thanks for watching. Cheers, Craig. Bye-bye.